The Christmas Dance is a 2021 film written and directed by Michael Arcell. This stars Kristen Vaganos as Sarah, and we also have Carson nicely as Jason. They are, of course, our classic Christmas rom-com, will they, won't they relationship. And that part of it's okay. I think the chemistry between them is good. The way their relationship, their friendship, whatever you want to call it, develops throughout the film is quite satisfying. That part of the film I quite liked. The rest of it, not so much. Sarah is a writer, she's got a writing deadline. And while she's trying to get her head around this writing assignment that she's not really in the mood to do, her brother is unfortunately in an accident, so she has to go back home to visit her brother in the run up to Christmas. And her family, of course, love her. She's never been home for Christmas for a very long time. They want her to stay for Christmas. And then, of course, she meets Jason, and we learn about their past and about a dance performance that Sarah did when she was a child. And the dance aspect of this is too prominent to ignore it, but it doesn't feel prominent enough that it's interesting. It feels underdeveloped, and they either needed to do more with it or not include it at all. But of course, then what would you call the film? I just feel like that aspect was really underdeveloped and not very well presented at all. And also the music, I don't love some of the music in this. I feel like I'm in an echo chamber. It's not very pleasant to listen to. The vocal performances are fine, but just the music itself is not very nice. Not all of the music, but occasionally. So I didn't really enjoy that part of it either. And I have to say, Sarah's not a likable character. Nothing wrong with the performance. There were no bad performances in this film, but the character is just sometimes unlikable. Sometimes my feelings are neutral, but I never liked her. And that meant that it was kind of hard to become emotionally invested in the narrative. I quite liked Jason, but even saying that, I didn't love him. I wasn't, rooting for him and hoping for the best for him. I obviously hoped everything worked out right, but I just didn't find any of the characters to be that interesting, and there were times when I just didn't like Sarah at all. It's relatively festive, and I say that because some so called Christmas films have next to no Christmas in them. This one's okay. I wouldn't say it's festive enough that if you're trying to get into the Christmas spirit, this will help you. But there's enough Christmas in it for me to be okay with them calling it a Christmas film. Would I recommend it? If, like me, you will always give any Christmas film a go and form your own opinion, by all means watch it. But there are many, many Christmas rom-coms that I would recommend before this. The narrative is not problematic. It's not a bad narrative. It's just not a good narrative. And the characters are either not that interesting or actually unlikable at times. The music's not always great, but sometimes it's okay. The dance aspect, the dance performances that we got were absolutely fine. But as I said, they either needed to do more with it or just not make it the main focus. So The Christmas Dance is not a great film. It's not a unique film. It's maybe an average film at best. If it sounds like it might appeal to you, give it a go, but certainly you won't be missing out on much if you decide not to watch it, and I won't be watching it again.